Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time once again. It's time. It's time for that amazing podcast known throughout, well, a few places. But anyway, I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, your ringmasters for today, that Gigglestone Gal Friday, that's amazing, wonderful, stupendous, Rachel Reese. And then she hired some clown from the Bowery. He's kind of angry, cranky, and he smells. Yeah, his name doesn't matter. But anyway, on to the podcast.
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah. This up a little bit because I don't think my levels are high enough. There we go. I did it. There we go. Let's get it right to the red. Get it right to the red. There we go. All right. So we went on Saturday. For those of you who have watched the Dragon Con podcast, which was freaking amazing, and or heard the voice of one of my best friends, Mel. So she and I went to this place called Kura, Kura. It's a Japanese.
Did you do karaoke?
No. It's a sushi bar. It's one of those sushi trains where you go to the sushi. It has the conveyor belt that goes around. Have you seen those?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so I've been to one in Nashville, and it looked more like a diner, and it was really, it was very wide and open and spread out. This was in a strip mall, and it really gave me the feeling of what it would be like to eat at one of these in Japan, because they're tight and, and so they had all of the anime looking stuff. They had all of the, it was just really great. But what was even better was the quality of the food coming out. And so you get these little globy covered plate thingies that come by you on this conveyor belt, and it's like, okay, this is ponzu salmon. I'm like, yes, freaking yes, ponzu salmon. 2 pieces gone with the big fluffy jasmine rice, right? Just gone. Right. Just eat them, and you stick the plate in the little drawer, and then the little monitor above you goes, you stuck a plate in the drawer, yay! And if you drop 15 plates, you get a toy. Right? So
very nice.
Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention when we sat down to where I should probably put my plates. So I ended up putting it in a separate container than Mel did. And so I had to end up counting all of my plates all by myself. So I had to eat 15 pieces of sushi, which really was not that difficult.
So you were excited about the sushi.
I was so excited about the sushi.
I'm sorry. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Hello? No, I won't take a collect call from him. No, I can't help Mr. Cosby. I can't get him out of jail. No. I don't care if he's going to be licked like a Jell-O pudding pop. That's fine. Have him call Theo. No, have him call Rudy. It's okay. Thanks. All right, so anyway.
You're such an asshole. Oh my God.
So sorry about that.
That's okay. How many times has he called this week?
Help me, please. I'm about to be in the jail and they're going to put me in the gen pop and I can't do it. Anyway, so yeah, that happened this week. The cause, clink, clink. As they let him out.
Okay, so I was watching that like live as it happened. Number one, I hate it. True or not, it sucks. It just, I hate it.
It's disheartening.
It's really is disheartening. Oh my God.
Such a positive figure.
And CNN's coverage of it, holy crap balls, Batman. I mean, seriously, do they have to they took the clip of him walking out of the courtroom in handcuffs, shuffling down the hall, and until he was out of sight.
Not just handcuffs.
No, I know, chains.
And chains.
Now, and his suspenders.
He's 80 years
God,
old. He's 80. Look, Bill is 80
really
years old.
Necessary?
I don't think he's going to shuffle away. Now, a lot of his thing is an act to me. Oh, I can't. I don't know. I'm see now. Zip zap bop bop. That's an act. He's very well aware of what's going on around him and what he's doing. I believe. However, he is of advanced age, and I know it's probably policy for them to do that. But the leg chains and the hip chains and the chains from his wrists to his legs, I think that was a little bit excessive. But that's just
okay.
Me.
I know of many celebrity types who have been arrested, and when they're arrested, they have to put them in handcuffs, obviously for procedure, and then they put their coat
jacket
over their yeah. I mean, come on. That was absolutely the entire thing. Okay, I get it. I'm having a hard time buying into the fact whether or not he did this, but let's just say he did. Okay, let's just say he really was that skeevy and he really was that big of a douche. And oh my God, that's horrible. Anyway, but it seems like a lot of this was out to just absolutely humiliate him, not just punish him.
Part of it, I agree with you there. I think part of it was because he was so defiant to the DA and how just arrogant he was during the proceedings. I think they wanted to go, okay, we're gonna do this.
Well, and then now, on top of that, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as I said, humiliate. I realized if what these women are saying is true, blah, 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 that to humiliate him would be an appropriate part of his punishment.
When you say is true, let me tell you, I have some acquaintances that I've had over the years. Some are well, we'll just come on say it. Some are playmates that I have met doing racing things and whatnot when I worked for a few companies, and just out and about doing voiceover work and what have you. The stories of who to avoid at the mansion and who not to avoid, who to be friendly with and who's okay. It was shocking to hear, oh yeah, Cosby was on that list of who to avoid because he's just creepy.
Oh, okay. Well. And
you kind of go, whoa, yeah, but we never said anything about it because we just said he's creepy and we knew to stay away.
Right. So, I'm not saying... I
didn't know how far the level...
Right. And I'm not saying that it wasn't true because I wasn't a part of this. I don't know. And I hate it for, I hate it. And the only reason why I say if what this is, because I don't know. I don't know firsthand. I'm not going to sit here and go, yeah, it's true. And he should, if what they're saying is true, which they know, then yeah, I guess the humiliation does kind of fit.
You are innocent in this country, and I think we have forgotten this. You are innocent until proven guilty, and
right.
He was proven guilty.
He was proven guilty. So, under the circumstances of proving him guilty,
law. He was proven guilty.
Then yes, then the humiliation stands. It sucks, but it is what it is. You don't do shit like that, and then expect. And I also think that he's also on the tip of being used as an example.
Well, the next example is going to be Harvey Weinstein. They are going to crucify Harvey Weinstein.
Dude, he is up Schitt's Creek.
And they're going to hang him from the yardarm. It's going to be a public display like ye old medieval England. Shame.
Shame.
They should have that woman from Game of Thrones, Septa. Septa. But she's surprisingly enough, underneath the rope, she's a fashion model. The woman that rang the bell and was shaming Cersei and all that, because there's a commercial with the guy Bjorn Halfthor Bjorn. I can't ever say the guy's name right, but he's the Mountain.
No, right.
And he does a thing for SodaStream. And
right.
It's big, it's popular. and somebody's buying all these big packs of water in plastic bottles, and in the commercial, all of a sudden she shows up behind this guy and is going, "Shame," and ringing the bell the whole way as he's bringing home plastic bottles. And, he does his spiel about how the plastic bottles suck. Fuck plastic bottles. And then he gets in the dressing room, and there she is taking off her thing, and she kind of winks at him, and she goes, "Ooh, holy Mother Earth." So, anyway, I know we kind of digressed a little bit.
We need to digress a little bit.
Well, with
there's so much shit going on. Everybody needs to digress a little bit. Son of a bitch, y'all need to just calm the hell down.
But anyway.
Speaking of calming down, and I know that you probably know more about this than I do, so I'm going to hand this soapbox to you. Talk to me about this whole Kavanaugh bullshit.
Boy, okay, I'm going to try to be as neutral as I can be about it.
And the reason I'm asking this, it's not because I want to get into a whole political he said, she said crap.
Right, no, I understand.
I need you to dumb it down for me. I need you to talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old and explain to me what the hell just happened.
Sure. Okay, and this is my opinion. This is not fact. This is just what I see from keeping up with all this. Mm-hmm. Apparently because he was in high school or long ago and, partied like some of us do, he got into trouble.
1999.
Right, exactly. And this has all been brought up with a woman who, I don't want to say nothing happened to this woman because something happened to her. I don't want to discredit her because that's not fair. That's not right. I'm not in that point to say yay or nay. I don't think this guy had anything to do with it. I just don't. There's just something about it that doesn't. What the base of this all is, and again, I'm not discrediting people who have been abused or victims of sex crimes, what have you.
Right.
Let me just put that out there.
Right.
We are forgetting this is about an open seat that's being appointed, handpicked by an unpopular president from his viewpoint, from his opposers.
Right.
The other side to this is, this was also a fella who was on the Ken Starr team when they investigated Clinton and they did the impeachment process and found out that he was guilty, was on Whitewater, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to just say this, folks. I'm not doing a conspiracy, but the Clintons still have a good hand in the DNC. Maybe, just maybe, this might be a little vindication or retribution for what happened so many years ago. Now, if this man has been a judge for so many years and this never came up, wouldn't it have come up earlier? Now, granted, like I said, I think something has happened to this woman. I think she was assaulted. I don't think it was him. I think it was long ago. And these other women coming forth, especially the one that's being represented by Stormy Daniels' lawyer, I think that's a freaking farce. Yeah, it's the same guy that represents Stormy.
Red flag.
I think that's a farce right there. She can't recall things. She can't remember things. And him on the other side, he's very angry about it. He's just looks like he's disheveled on what's going on. However, as I said beginning of this, in our country, you are innocent until proven guilty. And what has happened to me, and somebody said this actually pretty right, and it has made my opinion on this kind of a little bit more on the road, but I'm leaning a little bit towards believing him. We as a country, the opinion has not changed. Nothing on these proceedings has changed anybody's opinion of what's going on because it was ran like such a circus. And now at the end, they did some little backdoor deal where they're going to give it a week to do an FBI investigation because something was promised to somebody. Lindsey Graham said it best during the whole trial and his outburst. If you thought you were going to come here and get a fair trial or a fair hearing or a fair deal, you came to the wrong town. And that's the problem we have today in this country. There's so many backdoor deals, so many just things you look at and go, did that really happen? And it's not, it's the way it is. That's the way the world works right now. And yeah, we're upset about it. Yeah, we can get mad, but folks, let me tell you, you can change it. You can go out there and vote.
Well,
vote these people out.
So there's a midterm election coming up.
Right.
And
if you don't like who's in charge, that's the beauty of our country. Go vote them out.
This is where we vote for congressmen and senates, right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
that is right.
This is when you need to go online and educate yourself now so that you can start looking and researching these people so that when you go to the polls, you can have an educated vote and not just throw away your votes. I mean, because your votes count. Matter. Your votes matter. I know that we've joked about and we've bitched about the electoral college and stuff with the presidential vote. And I do think that is a problem. But when it comes to these midterm elections, I do believe is the electoral college involved in the midterm elections?
To some degree, and don't hold me to that because I hate to admit it. It's been so long since I've had civics and government class that you get fuzzy after a while on what goes on. You have to have a refresher. The problem that I have with our elections is that some congressmen or senators are almost lifelong congressmen or senators. And I think there should be term limits appointed to Congress and Senate. I really think there should be.
Okay.
I mean, you can have somebody, well, I mean, for crying out loud, look at Graham and the rest of them. They've been in office forever. You know?
Okay, so here's a beautiful thing about Google. You can
look up that information.
You can look up all that information. And I'm looking this has what I just pulled up has way more information than I really need right now. So
gotcha. It is a deluge of information.
It is a whole lot of information. But here's the thing, people, for our tens of listeners who really do give a shit about the state of the country, don't just go by what one source says. Go look and find 3 or 4 sources and see which one shakes out the majority. Because what happens is the truth gets repeated just as often as the lies do, but the lies are bigger than the truth. So the lies are more grandiose, more amazing, more, oh my God, look at that, because they want to distract you. People will fall for a large lie before they fall for a small truth, or before they accept a small truth. So you have to suss it out. You have to do the research. If you don't like the ads that are running on candidate A and candidate B, figure out who's paying for the ads. Why are they paying for the ads? Is the ad against candidate B because candidate A had enough money to make him look really bad? Is what they're saying true? You can look. There's stuff that is out there that is honest and true, but you have to find it and you have to do your homework. Don't just go to the poll and go, oh, well, Fox News says this person's a great candidate for my state. Wrong. Oh, well, I'm going to go vote for this guy because CNN says that this chick is an amazing leader. Wrong. You need to find out for yourself. Don't just assume that based on whatever political commercial you're liking at this time, that it's the best choice. Because I'll tell you what.
Do yourself a favor.
You're not.
Do yourself a favor. There are 5 big media outlets in America. Those 5 big media outlets are run by corporations, not newspaper or news people. They are run by corporations. Reporters work for corporations. Yes, do watch the big corporation news, but inform yourself, say, I don't know, public television has a great news program. Why? Because it's sponsored and nobody really is influencing public Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know the name. Public television. Read independent news sources. Read. Inform yourself. Get as much information as you can.
Now,
and make your own opinion, and don't have, okay, I'm a conservative, but I don't always vote conservative down the ticket.
No, because you're an educated conservative.
I'm more of an American than I am a conservative, and if I'm going to vote for somebody who's going to do the damn job, it's okay. It's like Roy Moore.
Yeah.
Roy Moore and Doug Jones here. There's a lot of conservative people that know me that went, why did you vote for Jones? Well, aside from the whole sex scandal thing with Roy Moore, the other reason is he was fired twice from his damn job. And if you're fired as a judge in Alabama, and the people of Alabama can go, hey, man, I don't think you're doing that right. Whoa, you must be doing something bad. Okay? Now, I'm not discrediting our great state that I live in, but the majority of people kind of look and go, oh, yeah, I like him. He's a good, we can vote for him. No, that's not the way we should do things. Anyway, off my soapbox.
He's a good guy. We should hire him. Well, I mean, and so even with the public broadcasting, NPR, GPB, whatever you listen to, public broadcasting, remember that the producers and the editors edit with a slant. Just remember that. And it's usually, it depends on who's there. And I hate to say this, I'm sorry, because I know someone, and I'm not trying to cause problems. Don't hate you. But just remember, they put their shows up according to what they feel. They're filtering it through their stuff. So you have to take everything with a grain of salt and ask the questions, and always ask one more question, why? One more okay if. Things like that. Don't just accept what's being told to you. Because there's a creative license to what goes on radio and television. I mean, even here in the podcasting world, don't believe us. Don't just take our word for it. Find out for yourself. That's part of what's happened.
Exactly.
That's part of what I feel has happened in this country in the last 10 years, or 15 even, is that at some point the population as a whole became sort of complacent and was like, it's fine. Whatever. The news is... everything's good. Everything's good. I'm drinking the water.
I smell smoke. Nope. Everything's fine.
Yeah. And now it's,
now it's not fine.
Now it's not fine. And if there's anything I've learned by watching, the news and the people, there's with the protests and with the people who have gotten, I'm trying to find the right words, the squeaky wheels that are getting the attention.
Right, exactly.
The squeaky wheels that are getting the attention, it makes me realize that even though I don't agree with them, there's something that you have to have a little bit of pride in the fact that they're standing up and making noise. Even if it's something that I don't agree with, even if it's something that I don't think is happening because of my worldview, according to them it is. And so they're standing up and they're making noise. And you know why? Because we can. Because we're Americans. We have that freedom. So be the squeaky wheel. And if you really believe in it, and if you're really convicted by it, don't stop squeaking.
You squeak away, squeaky wheel. All right. Moving on. Moving on. The wheels have squeaked. We've greased the wheels a little bit. There is some news. We're actually, since I am proud to announce this, we're actually getting a Mr. Rogers biopic movie.
I'm so excited.
And I think they have actually found the correct actor.
Who?
Tom Hanks is going to be.
Oh!
I am very excited for that. Now,
I think that's a great pick.
He was terrific as Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks, the movie about Mary Poppins.
I haven't seen that.
That is truly a great movie.
Is it?
But to have him cast as Fred Rogers, and I'm looking at a picture right now. I'll post it on the website. He
on
looks
Facebook.
like they made him look like Fred Rogers.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, so speaking of neighbors.
Oh?
Hey, so okay, I know, and anybody who looks at their podcasting stats knows that sometimes the stats can be a little skewed because it depends on what server your listener is going to, right?
Right.
However, we've got 2 downloads from Ghana. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Ghana?
Ghana. We've got downloads from Serbia and Australia and Sweden, and this is within the last month. This is within the last month. So we've got right now, I mean, we're definitely United States heavy, but hello, United Kingdom, you're next. Sweden, Australia, Ghana, and Serbia. You are our top 10. Like, come on, people. Like...
Well, to Ghana, let's give a good Ya'a Unowa to Ghana, which is hello, everyone.
Did you just Google that?
I had to.
That is awesome.
We're getting downloads from Ghana. All right.
So cool.
All right, man.
Now I want to learn Serbian. Like, that's awesome. Like, I just think it's freaking cool. And of course, I
think that's very cool. Like the Ghana and Serbia.
And Serbia, yeah. And
they're liking us.
They're liking us, but our biggest hits outside the U.S. are the United Kingdom and Sweden. They're running neck and neck. Hey guys.
Yes.
Totally
Yes.
I appreciate you muchly.
Sweden, home of Lego.
Is that awesome?
Home of IKEA. And the United Kingdom. We're big. You know, we're what? We're big in Britain.
We're big in Britain. We're big in Britain.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
God save the Queen.
I'm excited. And so shout out to Charles McFall. When I went to go talk to him about getting, we had left our thumb drive at Dragon Con.
Thanks, Chuck.
That's just freaking, and he worked his butt off to get it going, and the crew that he had that helped us with the sound and everything, just freaking amazing. So I went to go visit him and grab the thumb drive, and at where he works, and he does media relations for an EMS school. So they're teaching people how to be paramedic people in ambulances. I can get my words out today, I swear.
EMS people, yeah.
EMS people. And so while we were talking, he turned, because I'm still unemployed and my unemployment ran out last week. And so I'm looking for work, right? I'm looking for gigs. And so I'm doing I'm working on some stuff, some freelance stuff. And so I mentioned to him that I'm looking for work. And he says, hey, there's this thing there's this group that does the trivia stuff for restaurants. And he's like, and they're looking for people and they need people in your area. And I'm like, give me the name, man. So I go to this meeting on Friday. It just so happens, I found this out on Tuesday. It just so happens when I email the dude, actually, even better, let me back up just a minute. Charles, you are an amazing person and I totally appreciate you. And he went out there and he emailed this guy and carbon copied me on it and gave me the most awesome reference. Like, sometimes you don't know what people say about you. They just, oh yeah, we got a great reference from so-and-so about you. This guy, he went like above and beyond, and his wording, and I was just like, I was totally like humbled by his reference of me. And it was really, really cool. And so when the guy emails me back and says, yeah, just so happens we're having a meeting on Friday, come on down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, cool. So I go, and what's really funny is the directions that they gave were very like eyes wide shut. Like, like, okay, you're going to go here. Don't park in front of this house. Park in front of that house, but don't park in front of this house. Stay in your car until 11 a.m. Don't get out of your car until 11. Don't loiter on the front porch. It's just like,
don't look it directly in the eyes.
Right. Just walk carefully. Keep your head down. Don't wear purple. Don't wear green. It's like, but it was because it's a historic neighborhood and the neighbors are real picky.
Say no more. Okay.
So
anyway,
which I get, and I got it, and so so I go to this thing, and there's probably like a dozen or so people in this little room, and the guy who's running it, he looks like Mark Maron from WTF and from Glow, right? And
yeah.
But he's like younger and skinnier, like. But it took me a second because I'm looking at him and I'm like, I know your name isn't Mark, but holy crap, you look just like him. And he has that big fluffy wavy hair, and I'm like, dude. And then he gets on the mic, and he's having us get on the mic and audition, kind of a thing. And he gets on the mic, and he's just like, yeah, come on down, and he's all like really animated. And then he stops and he's talking, and he's like, so this is what we need to do, and da da da. And then later on, as everybody kind of does their thing, one of the guys who's really shy expresses that he's introverted, right? And owner dude goes, well, I'm an introvert too, but I can still come up and go, you know, I just, after I'm done with that 2 hours at the karaoke or at the trivia, I go home and I get under the covers and hide shaking in my boots because I hate people. Meanwhile, he's like totally personable, and he totally exemplifies everything that I've been trying to explain to people about how I can be gregarious and outgoing, but I'm an introvert. Like, at the end of the day, you know, when we were done with Dragon Con, I slept for like a week. Like, but this guy's really cool. It's really fun. And so it's just kind of neat that Dragon Con led to a potential side job for me. So
very cool.
So thank you, Dragon Con, and thank you to the people that I once I get approval for mentioning your names, because you're not sponsors. But if you want a sponsor, you can.
Yes,
we'll run ads for you.
We'll gladly hawk your goods and tell everybody it's great.
Sponsors. So yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
That's all you got. That's all I got. Well, I have one more thing.
Oh, what's your one more thing?
Just because it's hit the it's hit my attention. You know, we love to hear from our fans.
Oh God, I'm so scared. Is this the thing?
This is the thing. We love to hear our fans. And for whatever reason, I have become that person you talk to and done stuff to, and, you know, contact through social media. I'm happy for that. But what I want people to do is to remember, there's only so much I want to see of you. Okay? I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to meet with you. I'm happy to shake your hand, correspond with you. It's cool. It's great. But again, there's only so much I wish to see of you. And if you think a Batman mask and boxers is the way to go with this, rethink that. Because the answer is no. That is not what I want to see in a message telling me how great our podcast is.
I want the audio from that so bad.
It is something I cannot unsee. I am not sharing it. I'm not passing it around. I'm not mentioning your name. I'm being very polite. But I do not want to see any more videos. Even take this the right way. I don't want to see naked videos. I don't care. There's only so much I want to see of people. Okay?
Nobody wants to see that.
I don't want to see that. Nobody else wants to see that. But you around in your Batman mask and your boxer telling me how good our podcast is. Thanks. But I could do without that. Now, you watch. We're going to go to Dragon Con and there's going to be some dudes in boxers and Batman masks. Because we're coming back to Dragon Con.
Yes, we are.
Come back.
We will be there.
We are happy, and we're going to be there for more days. But anyway, back to what I was saying.
Oh, geez, that hurts.
Let me just kind of put this out there. I don't want to see you in an Aquaman mask or a Spider-Man mask or underoos or, Red Hot Chili Pepper socks on wang or anything. I don't want to see it. And if the video starts off that way of you sending some personal video, I will delete it. I will thank you. I will block you. I just don't want to see it.
For once,
thank you. I appreciate you being a fan. I really, truly do. But it gets to a point where it's like a Buffalo Bill kind of sicky, crazy thing, and I think you're gonna come kidnap me from my house. And the next thing I know, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair. Put some lotion on the skin. Okay? I don't want that kind of relationship with people. Like I said, I am happy that our listeners want to reach out to us.
For the first time ever, I'm so glad that you're getting those messages and I'm not.
Because Rachel sits and goes, "Why do you get these emails?" And that's I don't know. They just do. They send it to me for whatever reason. They hit me on here. They hit me on Facebook, Face Space and Instagram and the Twit, the tweet, Twitter page. And then, I'm looking through my messenger. I'm like, oh, what is this?
Face Space. My face.
Face. My face. And I was like, oh man, what is this? What? Oh. Ooh. No. Now, if you wanted a reaction, you definitely got one.
I haven't even seen it.
To see you dancing around.
I haven't even seen it. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. I only know what you've told me, and I just can't because
I really don't think you want to see this because
the visualization, the what I'm able to actually kind of create in my mind, knowing of who you're speaking of. I'm just like, oh my god, that was probably really fucking brilliant. Like, but I can't,
Obviously, there was a little crack a window dude involved. There was. But I want you to understand something. Before you look and go, this is a good idea. Think about it real long. Sit on the couch, have some Funyuns, and watch some MASH reruns a few times.
Funyuns, man.
Okay? Have you some Cheetos and meet up with Harold and Kumar at the light club. This was not a good idea.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't breathe. I'm broken.
It was not a good idea.
But think about it. We've just spent the last 10 minutes laughing our asses off about it. I think it was a great idea.
It is funny. I mean,
this is almost as good. This is almost as good as the acrylic nail incident from my wedding.
Oh god, yeah.
With the applicator. Because
it comes in a cream.
It has an applicator.
It has an applicator. Oh, that was good.
Whew. Oh.
But I'm going to tell you, fans, I love all you do. I mean, I love the people we met at Dragon Con. I love the people that have connected with us. I love our loyal listeners. I really do. But I don't want to see you that personal with me. Okay? I really don't. I truly don't. Because, let me reiterate this. It was funny, but it was more creepy than funny. Okay. This has been our public service.
This has been brought to you by the Department of Understanding Humans.
This has been brought to you by the Department of Understanding Humans and Mr. Meyer personally.
But please feel free to email us at theemail@gmail.com. That's theemail@gmail.com.
And Rachel has put my Twitter and my Instagram out there, so that's where you could find me.
Well, we are on Twitter as Duh.
We are on Twitter as DuhTwit.
DuhTwit. And we're on Snapchat. And we're on Instagram. And we're on Facebook.
Yeah, I am not on the Snap. That's even scarier as the Snapchat.
The snapping of the chats. We are on Facebook. Make sure you get on Facebook.
We are on Facebook.
Oh my God, I'm gonna post it on Facebook. And we have our website. Yeah, you can send us stuff through the website too.
But again, Batman masks and boxers dancing around is not a good way to say hello. It's not a good way to say hello to the big clown, okay? I'm going to say it again. I love y'all, but I don't love you that much.
I'm okay.
You all right?
No. Okay, no.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. I think that's a podcast.
You think that's a podcast?
I do. I really do.
I think so too. I think it's a podcast. I think it's been a good podcast. We had fun.
And we talked about some important stuff. Yeah. So welcome to fall. It is October. Let's hope we actually have a fall.
We will have a fall. Hopefully we won't have a creepy fall.
What is this that you're playing on your phone?
What we just talked about. Somebody has sent me the music to Silence of the Lambs with that scene. And there you go. There's your soundtrack from Silence of the Lambs. And said, don't end up in a hole with this music playing. Anyway, I think that's the perfect outro to ending this podcast. So remember, if you don't hear from me next week, I'm probably in a hole somewhere.
Putting the lotion on the skin.
Putting lotion on the skin, and someone with a Batman mask and boxers is dancing around to Goodbye Horses from Q Lazarus. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.duhwebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.